Remember when Fortnite Creative was actually fun? Like jump in, mess around, laugh, leave, fun. Because right now, Creative feels like a mode Epic forgot how to love. Hello guys and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're talking about what happened to Fortnite Creative and how Epic actually forgot how to love it. So back then Creative was simple. You load onto to do a 1v1, zone wars, death runs, random maps made by kids who just wanted to build something cool. No pressure, no system, just fun. It wasn't polished, it wasn't perfect, but it felt alive. Now, creative feels like a mode Fortnite doesn't know what to do with anymore. Back then, creative was simple. You had an idea, you loaded it in, you built it, that was it. You didn't need tutorials, you didn't need systems, you didn't need to understand game design. You just played. But somewhere along the way, creative stopped being a playground and turned into a project, and that's where things started going downhill. Let's talk about the updates. Every new Fortnite season drops with the new weapons, mechanics, movement, features, and creative is always behind. Sometimes by weeks, by months, and sometimes forever. New guns in BR, not a creative. New mechanics, broken or completely missing. Old creative maps randomly stop working after updates, and that creates a problem because creative is supposed to be where you experiment with Fortnite, but how are creators supposed to build when they're always missing half the game? It feels like creative is constantly chasing Battle Royale instead of going alongside it. And then Epic introduced UEFN. Now listen, UEFN is insane. The stuff people make is genuinely impressive. But here's the issue nobody wants to say out loud. UEFN is not for the most creative players. Creative used to be casual. UEFN is professional. Creative used to be I'm bored. Let me make something. UEFN is do you understand Unreal Engine optimization, memory limits? How about analytics and monetization? That's not inviting, that's intimidating. So a lot of casual creators just stop. And yeah, the maps do look better now, but they don't feel better. They feel empty, over-designed, built for XP farming and retention instead of fun. Back then, maps were scuffed but memorable. Now they're polished but forgettable. And that's because creative slowly became less about creativity and more about performance. How long can you keep players? How long can XP can you give? How much XP can you give? How much money can this app make or this game? When fun stops being the main goal, players notice another thing. Creative lost its identity. It doesn't even know is it for casual players, competitive practice, for studios, or monetization. Because right now, it feels like Epic is trying to turn creative into Roblox, without realizing it that made Fortnite creative special in the first place. Creative wasn't about infinite content, it was about freedom. You could break things, you could mess up, you could build something terrible and still have fun. Now everything feels so serious, controlled, optimized. Even loading into creative doesn't hit the same anymore. You scroll through endless maps. Most of them feel the same. Different skins with the same mechanics. And when you finally load into a good one, it's either buggy or unfinished or clearly made just to grind XP. That literally kills the vibe. I used to load into creative to relax. Now it feels like testing beta content. And the saddest part? Creative could be Fortnite's future. Not battle royale, not updates, creative. And it's the one mode where that can keep Fortnite alive forever because creativity doesn't run out. But instead of protecting that, it feels like creative just got left behind while Epic chased bigger systems. Creative didn't die because players stopped caring. Players stopped caring because creative stopped being cared for. And when a mode loses its soul, no amount of tools can bring it back. So no, creative didn't fall off overnight. It faded slowly, and Epic wants creative to matter again. It doesn't need features, it needs simplicity, support, and a reminder why people loved it in the first place. Because creative doesn't need bigger, it needs to be fun again.